Welcome everyone to the 18th IRF World Championships. We're about to start a match between USA's Chris Crowther, Venezuelan Cesar Castillo. Both of these players won their first round matches, so this will determine who finishes the top of their group. Castillo starts with a lob serve down the right, ends in a replay. He's looking for an avoidable. So, goes down the right again. It's a good serve off that glass. My name's Tim Baghurst. This could be an interesting match. I had the fortunate and unfortunate pleasure of playing both of these players. Both of them hit very hard. Crowther clearly uses his size. Stats state he's 6'6". I heard 6'8" this morning. Feels like 6'10" if you're in the court with him. Castillo is a shooter. Good touch there from Crowther. Castillo has a habit of going for everything. He's all power. If he's on, he's really on. If he's off, well, you'll see if he's off today. That's a nice pinch return winner. It's a side out, 0 serves 2. Goes cross court to the backhand. It's a good serve. Crowther goes to the ceiling. Castillo went for power, as you saw. Crowther wasn't able to catch it as it came through the middle. We're on the show court here. You can see to my right goes out into the open. To my left is another show court. I apologize if you've got some flags in the background. That's because we're out in the open behind us, and the reflection, quite honestly, is just awful. But there's nothing we can do about it. Here we are on the show court. It is great for fans, though. Good shot down the line by Chris. Opportunity for Castillo. Replay is called. He's going to want an avoidable hinder for that. He was setting up for an attacking shot. They had contact. One of the challenges of playing with Chris is he does sit in center court, and with his frame, it's hard to get around. Talked to him earlier. He says he plays a lot of squash, so he said it really helps him with his footwork. He says he helps a lot with hitting the ball into the corners, trying to crack out. Also mentioned yoga and swimming. Big skip there from Castillo. He's down 5-1. Players get 3 timeouts. Might be a good time for a timeout. There's 2 big skips from serves. He's angry, he's annoyed, you can tell. And looks like he's going to take a timeout. Probably a wise decision. He needs to calm down. We're finishing up the pool play today. Round robin format. We had women's singles this morning. We're finishing up men's singles right now. We'll switch to women's doubles and then men's doubles later this afternoon. Tomorrow begins the Olympic bracket. Olympic bracket is the seedings are decided by finishing in the pool play. Once players enter the gold division, if they continue to win, they stay in that division. Otherwise, they drop down to red, blue, and white divisions. This is great for players in countries who don't necessarily have a budding program with lots of athletes, or even with a team where they might have a single player or the inability to have a doubles match. What this means is that they can continue to play throughout the tournament. Formerly, it wasn't like that. It used to be an individual tournament followed by a team tournament. That meant that those who were maybe the only person representing their country were done after the first half of the tournament. So this kind of keeps everybody involved, allows them, kind of ensures them to have at least 5 or 6 matches. Good shot from Castillo. He needs more of those if he's going to get back into this match. He's down 6-1. Half lob. Off the back wall for Chris. Another pass. Castillo gets it back again. It was better. Chris goes to the ceiling. Beautiful backhand pinch. Beautiful backhand pinch from Castillo. He's definitely a shooter. Little word from his coach to my left. Goes to that half lob. Beautiful pinch by Chris Crowther. Generates so much power with such a short swing. It's incredible. Big skip from Castillo. Chris kind of changed the pace on that. Another big skip. That's 4. 4 where Castillo really should be hitting the front wall. Instead, they're splinters. 5. Well, I mentioned at the beginning, he's either on or he's off, and it looks like right now he's off. He needs to calm down and just get the ball on the front wall. Maybe use a timeout as he is. Second timeout, entitled to 3. You've got him, why not use him? Frustrated, it's obvious. Chris Crowther recently got engaged, in fact this past weekend, so congratulations to him. Works full-time for E-Force in California. Doesn't play on the Pro Tour anymore. He stopped a couple of years ago, but still plays some local pro stops. Obviously played in the U.S. Nationals to qualify here for the U.S. team. Lost to Rocky Carson in the semifinals in a tiebreak. So here we go, 9 serves 2. Huge skip from Castillo. This is interesting to see because earlier in the week, not only having played him but having seen him play his other match, this wasn't the Castillo that we saw, and you wonder if the pressure's getting to him. Well, you heard for yourself. He's frustrated. Took that one out in anger. We didn't see this kind of skipping. He was on fire, and you just wonder whether playing somebody who he's expected to lose to puts pressure on him. He tries some things that maybe he's not comfortable doing, and as a consequence, it takes him out of his game a little bit. Set up for Chris off the back wall. Goes down the line, gets another setup. Cross court. Good hands from Chris. Castillo got there. Pushed it back to the middle, but Chris was right there. He's got such a long reach. He gets so many of those balls. Z-serve pops out. Wide angle from Castillo. Chris got there. Wasn't able to finish. 2 serving 11. skip from Chris. Might have moved his feet a little bit on that one. Kind of waited for it to come around. Annoyed with himself, you could tell. Wasn't able to get there. That's unlucky. It wasn't a great shot from Chris. Castillo, he's just shaking his head. Nothing's going for him right now, he feels. He's doing a lot of chasing. Not really getting opportunities to set up and take a shot that he wants. Good serve from Chris. Kicks out. There's a good shot from Castillo. Why can't I do that all the time, he says. Three serving 11. See if he can find a serve. Half lob again. Down the line. This is the setup he wants. Good finish. Set up for Castillo. Good shot. He's finding his rhythm. Really going for his shots. We knew he would. Settled down a little bit maybe. 5 serving 11. Tough off that sidewall. Set up for Chris. Oh, great get from Castillo. It's still alive. Oh, wow. Amazing. Amazing. I hope you enjoyed that rally. One of the best ones we've seen. Not surprisingly, we see a timeout taken by Castillo. He worked hard for that point. He certainly deserved it. That's one for the collection, I think. Players are entitled to 3 timeouts. That's his third, so no more timeouts remaining. And he's just being told so by the referee. We have about 15 official referees here representing the IRF. And it's great to have them. They don't play. They don't compete in this tournament. Their responsibility is to be a referee, an impartial referee. They come from across the world, and referees are not permitted to referee players from their own countries. We do have an appeal system, only if necessary. Usually in the round robin, it's not necessary. Players can request it if they feel that referee has maybe made a couple of calls not in their favor. Later in the tournament, quarterfinals, semis, and finals, perhaps we'll see more line judges just to make sure that the correct call is consistently made. In fact, if you want a funny story, you should go to YouTube and look at the Colombian doubles pair of Franco and Herrera. And I asked them in an interview what they thought about the referee system, and they were very positive about it. It was kind of funny, though, with Herrera's response, because Herrera is quite dramatic on the court, or he can be. And, yeah, so check out the YouTube video. Check out the YouTube video. 2 bounces, says the referee. Castillo doesn't like it. It's certainly worth watching. So we're back in 11 serving 6. So we've had at least 5 points. We're at 12 serving 6. We've had at least 5 points where Castillo hasn't hit the front wall from a serve. So that's essentially 5 free points Had Castillo hit that front wall, maybe we have a different score line. As it stands, he's down by 6. Good shot from Chris. Nice controlled power there. Didn't put too much on it. Just straight down the wall. This is going to be a setup for him. He looks cross court. Hit the side wall, slowed. Hit the back wall, slowed even more. These glass walls, if you're not used to them, they really dig on this ball. It's actually a smart rally there from Castillo. His return of serve, he didn't go for everything. Slowed it down, made Chris hit a loose return, and then hit the power. He's still down by 7. Goes to the forehand. Again, though, he's letting Chris dictate the play. Good serve from Chris. Good response, actually, from Castillo. It's coming off the glass. Skip from Chris. So Castillo's consistently gone with the half lobby than a forehand or backhand. Hasn't tried anything different. Had his opportunity. Almost jumped when he took that shot. I'm not sure what happened there. Almost looked like he quit on that shot. Might have been able to get there. Still, he's working hard. He's chasing a lot. C-serve. Yeah, it almost looked like Castillo quit on those last 2 points. He looks tired. 28-year-old from Venezuela. 20 countries here representing the IRF World Championships across North, Central, South America, Europe, and Asia. Great to see countries who have traveled significantly long distances, literally the other side of the world, to represent their country. A lot of these players won't be known to many people just because they don't play on the professional tour, but there's definitely one or two who've come that can compete at that level. It's a quiet day today here at the courts. A lot of the matches have finished, and a lot of the players have returned back to the hotel to rest up for the elimination brackets that begin tomorrow. Hotel is about 30 minutes away, 20 minutes away from where we are. We have a shuttle that goes every hour. Great hotel, NH Hotel. Wonderful facility. We've enjoyed staying there, and the shuttle has been tremendous. We were here in 2014 for the Junior World Championships, and we had all kinds of fun with the rain. We had thunderstorms come through in the afternoons, and at times they actually shut down the roads because of flooding. So courts got shut down too with the same problem, and we stayed here well into the night. Yeah, we've been here since Wednesday and yet to have a good thunderstorm. So plays continued on schedule. We've been getting home before dark, and referees appreciate that. Players appreciate that. Allows them to all be rested for the next day. So here we go. 2 minutes between games, right on schedule. 15-6 was the first. Let's see if Castillo can do something. Almost looked like he quit on those last 2 points. Is he tired, or something else going on. Big skip from Castillo. Didn't move his feet. Took a huge lunge there. Z serve again. Short. Good shot from Chris. Castillo had the shot. Hit it too high. Came off the back wall. Chris didn't make the same mistake. 2-0. Another Z serve. Better by Castillo. He's going to get the setup this time. What's he going to do, though? Straight down the middle. Another chance. Might ask for a replay there. Yeah, I would happen to disagree with that referee call. Crowther certainly had an opportunity there to take a swing, and he didn't. That should have been a safety hold-up replay. Nice behind the back. Good reactions there. Back to the ceiling. Poor ceiling ball from Chris. Gives Castillo the chance. He's going to look again for a replay. Point, says the referee. Again, I feel like Chris could have made that. We're watching the best in the world. As officials, we have to assume the athleticism of these guys are going to get those shots. So this time, an avoidable hinder's called. Yeah, Castillo says, yeah, I'm not sure that was an offensive shot. Actually, the rulebook doesn't state offensive. It says a straight or level shot. Tough call either way. It's a tough call for the referee. Maybe a replay there would have been sufficient, but 3-2. Good shot there from Chris. Saw how he bent down low to keep that low. Told me he does a lot of squats. He said everything comes from the legs. You can see some of the way he plays is based on his squash practice, where he's able to use that flick of the wrist to just power down the line or power across court. One step and shot. Good shot there from Chris. Smart play. Didn't go for too much. Just put it down the line. 4-2. Castillo's still in this, but he certainly looks and probably feels like the underdog right now. He's not happy about that. That was a tough one. Chris hit so hard. It sounded good. Looked like a skip, though. Beautiful hands. The power he generates from just that little swing is amazing. Well, it's a smart timeout. He's frustrated again. Crowther staying in control, hitting smart shots. Castillo seems to be forcing the issue, trying to go for a little too much. Maybe because he feels like he has to. So you're watching. Chris is hitting the ball without his eyewear. The referee should be watching this because, according to the IRF rulebook, this is an automatic technical. Referees aren't infallible. They do make mistakes. They are trained, but in this case, this is one of those issues that was missed. Good shot from Castillo. So the timeout works. Gets a side out. 2 serving 7. Little higher lob. Crowther goes to the ceiling. Back to the ceiling. Cross court. Skip ball. Good shot from Castillo. Gets a setup. Down the line he goes. He's stuck there now. He likes his forehand. Ran over to his forehand like a tennis player does. But then when he didn't hit the shot he really needed, he was stuck there. Crowther. Reverse pinch. Castillo is nowhere near. Good shot from Castillo. Took some pace off it. That's awkward. Crowther does well just to get it back. Beautiful pitch there. Castillo loves his forehand. Likes to run around and hit it on the forehand. You can see why. That was beautiful. But he had the position. He was comfortable. Didn't have to move his feet while hitting it. Excellent response though from Crowther. Came off the back wall on that serve. Kill shot. Great serve. Ball's so difficult on that glass. It really sticks to it, digs in, and comes across the back wall. Castillo went for it, rolled it out. He's definitely a shooter when he gets the opportunity. Just a reminder, visit our website, internationalracquetball.com. Catch previous results from previous tournaments. Find out which tournaments are coming up next. Photos, all kinds of stuff on the website. You can also visit our Facebook page, International Racquetball Federation. We post updates and pictures from the day at these tournaments, also some video clips, etc. Last but not least, our YouTube channel, International Racquetball Federation. We try and post these videos. Clearly you know about it because you're watching it. But we also try and post interviews and some of the other matches. When we live stream in HD later in the week, quarterfinals, semis, and finals, we'll put those on at a later point. So the referee said, I saw a good serve, but then you skipped it. Either way, Castillo gets the point, so he's not arguing too much. He looks to his coach for a serve. Goes half lob cross court. Gets the chance. Chunks it into the floor. That was chest high. He was facing the front, didn't move his feet. Great serve from Chris. Cracks it out. 10 serving 4. Timeout. 11 serving 4. Well, I have to say I expected Castillo to make a few errors given the pace of Chris and just the power that he produces, but I didn't expect him to make such uncharacteristic mistakes as just putting the ball in the floor on a relatively safe serve from Chris. Chris isn't going for too much. We get one serve here in the IRF, so you don't want to fault serve. So Chris is just playing smart Z serves, and yet Castillo is going for maybe a little too much, and as a consequence he's missed at least 6 of those serves where he's just giving Chris free points. Not that Chris minds, of course. So here we go, 1 minute timeout. Trying to pump himself up, but he's down 11 serving 4. Good shot. Timeout worked. Got the side out. Avoidable hinders called. Chris doesn't like it. It's a tough one. I would have probably made the same call. Had Castillo swung through there, he would have almost certainly hit Chris. That's an unavoidable hinder, no question about that. Castillo doesn't like it, but yeah, that was almost as clear cut as they come. Awkward bounce. Replay's called. That's tough. Chris didn't expect Castillo to go for that. Castillo did. You know, had Castillo hit Chris as a referee, you got to call an avoidable on that. As it is, he put it in the hands of the referee and didn't work in his favor. But he's back in the box. Chris is going to shoot this. Good get. Roll out for Chris. You kind of feel like Castillo's going for too much. He's just hitting everything as hard as he can, even the pinches. And yet if he took a little pace off of them, those pinches wouldn't be bouncing back up to the middle. Kicks out. Great serve. Castillo's got a chance there. Oh, broken ball. That's unlucky because Chris skipped that. That was an awful skip from him. Actually hitting the floor broke the ball. That's why Castillo's not happy. Both these guys working hard. It's very warm and humid here. Don't have air conditioning. It's almost hotter in the court than out simply because of all the lights producing so much heat. Very humid. It's difficult if you're not from this area or from humid countries. Not sure what we're having a discussion about. Probably the fact that he skipped it. Just can't make that determination. You can't. It's just the result of the point. Skip ball. I may have lost count, but it's at least 7. Good shot from Chris. So when you're playing to 30 points, and you're giving almost 10, you're giving almost 20% of your points away from skipping the serve. Not from ace serves, but simply from going for maybe too much when you need to get yourself in the rally, it's unlikely you're gonna have a good result. It's just simple math, percentage, and taking smart shots. When Castillo does get in a rally, he is quite capable of winning it, as we've seen. But at this level, it's just too difficult to be able to give away so many free points. And that's why the score is 13-5. So here we go. That was his last timeout. No more for him. Interesting wind up from Chris. It was a good serve, though. Nice shot from Chris. Really produced so much power with just such a short swing. Cross court. That was perfect. Great serve. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed it. Chris Crowther wins 15-6, 15-5. Wins the pool. Will be one of the top seeds going into the bracket. Hope you enjoyed it. Just trying something different, he said on his wind-up on those last couple of points. We're going to continue to provide video coverage, interviews, etc. over the next few days. A reminder that we'll have live streaming later in the week when we hit the quarterfinals, semis, and finals. That'll be on our website, internationalracquetball.com, and we hope you join us for that. It's going to be exciting. My name's Tim Baghurst. Thanks for joining us. We will be back soon.